In a dusty village nestled between two hills in the heart of the eastern savannah, lived a young girl named Nena, gentle like the evening wind and bright like the morning sun. Her beauty was said to make the moon jealous, and her voice calmed even the most troubled of spirits. But behind her soft smile was a sorrow deeper than any river. For Nena's father, Okofor, was not a man of love, but of greed, a man who saw his daughter not as a child, but as a coin. Okofor was a palm wine tapper once, but his thirst for riches grew stronger than the wine he tapped. When his wife died, he turned colder than a snake's belly. He stopped working, choosing instead to gamble and drink away what little they had. When Nene turned 16, her beauty began attracting the eyes of travelers and rich men from distant towns. Okofor saw this and smiled, not a smile of pride, but of profit. He said to her one evening, as they sat by the fire, "Your beauty is a gift, and gifts must be shared for a price." Nena didn't understand, but that night, he sent her to an old man named Chief Izugo, saying she should serve him and do whatever he asked. When she returned the next morning, tears stained her face and her clothes were torn. But Okofor didn't ask what happened. He only asked, "Did he pay?" Soon, whispers spread like harmattan dust through the village. Mothers warned their sons to avoid Okofor's house. Elders shook their heads in shame. But no one dared confront him, for he was cunning and manipulative, always twisting words and accusing others of envy. Nena, now forced to visit more and more men, lost her laughter. Her eyes turned hollow, and her once vibrant spirit wilted like a dry leaf in the harmattan. She pleaded, "Papa, I am your daughter, not your merchandise." But Okofor would shout, "You eat in this house. You sleep in this house. You must work for it." She prayed to her mother's spirit every night, crying silently, "Come for me. Take me away from this pain." One day, a stranger arrived in the village. He wore a white robe and carried a staff made of iroko wood. His eyes were kind, but filled with ancient wisdom. They called him Dibia Oka, a powerful seer and healer. He passed by Okofor's compound and stopped. "There is rot here," he whispered. That night, he visited Nena in a dream, saying, "Child, your soul has cried enough. Rise. Speak your truth." The next morning, Nena stood in the village square, dressed in white, with tears in her eyes but fire in her voice. She told the villagers everything: how her father sold her, how he silenced her with fear, how she longed only for peace. The villagers, once silent, erupted in rage. Okofor tried to defend himself, but even the ground seemed to betray him. The earth beneath him cracked slightly as Dibia Oka stepped forward. "The gods do not sleep," the seer said. "You have used your own blood to feed your greed. You are cursed." Okofor fell to the ground, screaming as his voice faded into silence. From that day, he lost his ability to speak. His body grew frail, and he wandered into the forest, never to return. Nena was taken in by the women of the village, bathed in clean water, and wrapped in new cloth. They sang for her, not to mourn, but to heal. Dibia Oka gave her a charm for peace and said, "Your past does not define you. You will rise." And she did. Nena became a healer, using herbs and songs to mend broken hearts. Her home became a refuge for girls in pain. Her story traveled far and wide, not as a tale of sorrow, but of survival, strength, and the power of truth. Moral lesson: when evil is allowed to grow within the home, it poisons the soul. But truth, once spoken, can cleanse even the deepest wounds. No parent should trade their child's dignity for comfort. The spirits watch, and justice always comes when the earth is ready.